From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, we are getting to that time of the year, folks. It is time to start thinking about the Reading Rodeo. Of course, we're less than a month away. It'll be from May 15th to the 18th of this year. Tickets are available now. They have been available. All you have to do is go to readingrodeo.com to get your tickets. And of course, if you don't have access to online, of course, you can always call it 530-241-8559. Of course, stay tuned because here at Weather NorCal, yes, I will have some available tickets to give away. Of course, we'll be giving those away on Coffee with Kruger later on this month and really going into May as we kind of go into that. So be sure to watch for that. All right, here's a look at your weather headlines. We got a warming trend that peaks today, changes in our weather pattern this week with a cooling trend and a chance for showers. Unsettled weather really making its way here. Now, I think the best chances for rain this week, not to mention thunderstorms, will be in the higher elevations, but the valley eventually could see some of the shower activity as well. So here's your neighborhood at a glance. There you can see it's warming up. This may be one of the warmest days of the year so far in the valley. Could we see 90 degrees for the first time this year? It's not out of the question. And then, of course, temperatures will, of course, be much cooler in the higher elevations. 82 degrees in Trinity County, in the 70s for most of the higher elevations, and for the coast, in the mid-60s, and maybe a chance for some isolated activity in the eastern mountains. Let's take a look at that on Futurecast. You can see here, as we go into the noon hour, it's staying dry, and we're not really seeing much in the way of cloud cover, but we begin to see some of those clouds begin to pop up, especially to the east, maybe a little bit of shower activity in extreme eastern portions of Plumas County. Then we go into the late afternoon hours. We're actually seeing some pop-ups in western Tehama County, southern Trinity County, and maybe even a little bit of isolated activity here to the east. Now, the chances at this point for what you're seeing here are very slim. I think at most we'll probably just see the partly cloudy skies and those towering cumulus clouds. Could see a stray shower. I'm not anticipating any thunderstorms today, but that may change for all of the mountains by the time we get into your Tuesday, which we'll get into that a little bit later. So let's see what it looks like out there today. As I mentioned, could some of us hit 90 degrees in the valley? I mean, we're splitting hairs at 89 degrees. It's not out of the question. But temperatures mainly in the 70s for the higher elevations. For Trinity County, low 80s. And how about the coast? Temperatures not bad in the 60s, at least along the immediate coast at this point. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. Again, temperatures in the upper 80s at the very least. But again, as I mentioned, especially around Reading, maybe around 90. Temperatures do drop, though. In fact, quite a drop from today to tomorrow. And then we go into the 60s by the time we get into Thursday. Now, right now, it looks like the best chances for showers in the valley will be Thursday and Friday. For the coast here, also for your Thursday, Friday, I think for the most part you'll be dry today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, not to mention inland, but Weaverville, maybe some isolated showers and maybe even some thunderstorms starting as early as tomorrow. But as I mentioned, even down into southeastern Trinity County, maybe a little bit of activity. And then off and on, continuing chances here, at least through Friday, but by the weekend, I think across the board, things should start to dry out. Although some of the higher elevations on Saturday could see some activity as well. So there you can see isolated showers, maybe some thunderstorms as early as Tuesday, although as early as today for places like Susanville, it's not out of the question, but the chances do get a little bit higher as we go later on in the week. And again, even in the mountains, I still think we'll see a chance for some scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms here on Saturday as well. Hey, by the way, if you're heading out to cool April Nights events today, you've got plenty of show and shines to head out to. You've got Willow Springs Memory Care, Harley Davidson, Subarama. There you can see Red Lion Hotel and the Enterprise Starship Fundraiser coming up tonight at 5 p.m. until 7:30. It's warming up, so by the mid to late afternoon hours, that's when it will be warmest. That's where some of us in the valley could quite possibly see upwards of 90 degrees. Now we look at the winds. And you can see here, a little breezy this morning. They should subside, though, going through the afternoon. But what I want to show you here, the trend, is we're beginning to see the winds coming more from the south as we go into your Tuesday morning, and not to mention your Tuesday afternoon, and a little breezy at times as well. This off and on breezy conditions that we've seen the last week, that trend will continue here as we go through this week as well. Again, you see how the winds kind of pick up a little bit here in the afternoon hours on Wednesday, especially off into the eastern mountains. Now, what we're tracking here are showers, a couple areas of low pressure. This one right here, you'll see another little bit of a spin right here. So as this moves eastward, we're going to start to see the atmosphere get a little bit more unsettled, really even as early as today. Again, we saw that on Futurecast here just a second ago, but we'll kind of take you beyond today. But there you can see some of the activity popping up this afternoon, especially to the east. I think that's the best chances, but even that, it's not going to be it's going to be a pretty slim chance. But even out towards western Tehama and southern Trinity County. All right, now let's take you on into your Tuesday. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. Notice tomorrow morning, we're seeing some showers get really close to the valley. Is it out of the question for places like Chico, Willows, Orville, maybe even Corning to see a stray sprinkle, a light shower early tomorrow morning? Not out of the question. Again, we're destabilizing the atmosphere a bit. We go into the noon hour tomorrow and see the mountains. We're seeing the chances for showers. We can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm as well, but the valley, I think for the most part, will be dry. So if you have a show and shine, I think for the most part we'll be okay on Tuesday. Now we go into your Wednesday. Here's in the morning, we start off dry, clear skies in the valley, still some clouds left over in the higher elevations. Then by noon, look what's happening in the afternoon. We see the showers and thunderstorms popping up in the higher elevations, but once again, I think we'll be dry in the valley and not to mention along the coast. It's Thursday that I think even the valley could see some activity. Let's take a look at that. We're taking a Thursday, and you see this next disturbance coming in. Now, this is nothing to write home about, but this is one of those things where if you're at a show and shine and you want to keep your car dry, well, you may get some of those nuisance passing light showers here for the valley, but still a chance for showers and thunderstorms in the higher elevations on Thursday. How about Friday for the cool April Nights cruise? I hate to say it, but there could be a stray shower, but at least we're not expecting any downpours. I'm not expecting that here, but again, that's something we'll have to continue to watch here as we get closer to the end of the week. And of course, still a chance for showers and thunderstorms. And by the way, we're beginning to see snow, but you're probably gonna have to go above 6,000 feet. And then it looks like at this point, Saturday is looking dry. As I mentioned, even though this forecast model is not predicting it, I still think there could be a chance for isolated showers and thunderstorms in the mountains, but the valley for the big show on Saturday, I think should be okay for cool April nights. All right, now we can see some more instability coming in. This area of low pressure right here is going to kind of ride to our north. We see a bit of what we call a zonal flow type pattern. That'll probably keep a few clouds coming in here as we go into the second half of the weekend and not to mention early next week. But nothing major as far as rain is concerned. In fact, you can see we're kind of closer to the drier than normal type conditions here in the long range. So let's kind of show you the overall setup here. Again, remember I was talking about the area of low pressure here, another one here. So as this kind of progresses eastward, we begin to see the atmosphere become a little bit more unsettled. That mixture of sun, clouds, showers, maybe some thunderstorms in the mountains. Really, overall, I think starting tomorrow, the chances for isolated showers and thunderstorms for everyone in the mountains starting Tuesday and Wednesday. Then what happens is this starts to kind of move out, but we see some energy right here. This is going to help to drop our temperatures down even more for Thursday and Friday, and this is when we start to see the chances for some showers, mainly for the higher elevations, but the valley could get in on that as we go into Thursday and Friday. And then look what happens as we go into Saturday. We may see a little bit more of a wind event. So for the big show on Saturday, it may be a bit breezy, borderline windy as we go into Saturday afternoon, but then that shifts to the east on Sunday, and we see those winds begin to die down. But again, we got to watch this here because this could potentially bring us a little bit more shower activity on Sunday into Monday, but mostly in the higher elevations. Cooler than normal conditions are expected as we go, really starting going into the next few days and then going into the weekend and early next week. Your wave heights, of course, now we're kind of focusing on the coast here. We can see here as we go into about 5 p.m., they actually do start to subside going into your Tuesday. Here's a marine forecast. Now, you'll notice there's a small craft advisory. That's until 9 o'clock this morning. So if you're watching this after 9 o'clock, take note that that's no longer going to be in effect here. Those north winds at about 5 to 15 knots. All right, so here is your neighborhood forecast. For Trinity County, there I've got you with the isolated showers. Now remember, Futurecast did show in extreme southeastern portions of Trinity County, maybe a chance for a few showers. Not out of the question, but I think for the most part, Trinity County will be dry today. Not to mention the north coast with temperatures in the low 60s along the coast here. And for the inland areas in the 80s. It's going to be a warm day out there. Hoopa about 86, 87 for Willow Creek, 82 for Orleans, and there's along the coast in the 60s. All right, so your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. I'm keeping it dry today, but again, see the showers and thunderstorms possibly Tuesday, Wednesday, better chances coming in Thursday, Friday, and then that could linger on into your Saturday as well. Modoc County, I'm keeping it dry today, but also Modoc County, Tuesday all the way through Saturday, you've got the chance for showers and maybe some isolated thunderstorms. Eastern Mountains, I've got it as early as today. Now, I think it'll be mainly in eastern Plumas County, central and eastern portions of Lassen County. But places like Paradise, Bernie, Viola, Shingletown, you'll be dry today. You'll probably see some of those towering cumulus clouds developing later this afternoon. And your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. I mean, look at these temperatures. They're getting in the upper 80s. Some of us could touch that 90-degree mark today, which would be the warmest day of the year so far. And the first time we touched that 90-degree mark here for your Monday. There, of course, you can see the 7-day forecast for Red Bluff, mainly dry through at least midweek, with that chance for showers entering the picture here by Thursday, Friday. That's also the case for Redding. Now, here's what I'm going to say about Thursday, Friday's chances for showers. I don't anticipate anything heavy. I think it'll be kind of few and far between. It'll be just enough to kind of, put some raindrops on your car if you have a show and shine. And of course, as you know, we've got the cruise on Friday, hoping at this point, and it's looking like at this point, that it's not going to be anything too terribly significant. You may see in some 7-day forecasts a chance for thunderstorms even in the valley on Friday. For now, I'm keeping that out. Let's give it a few more days to see what the forecast models come up with. But for now, just a chance for a few passing showers. And then it looks like for the weekend and for the big show, warms up a tad. Shouldn't be too bad for the big show. The high of about 73. Temperatures back in the mid-70s by Sunday.